So what kind of glucose sources? Are we talking from fruit, which is going to be mostly fructose, but some glucose, or starch, which will be more glucose? I mean, we're not advocating lots of refined sugar or processed grains, right? What kind of sources? And then would this still be a good idea if someone's maybe more sedentary and insulin resistant? Or this are people who are more flexible, metabolically flexible, and more active? How do you make that prescription?
Well, myself and working with many patients, many athletes, I found that one of the best things I did in the morning for my athletes to perform better, and I work with the Raiders, Rams, Lakers, all these Kansas City Chiefs, and as you can see in the background, I have Howie Long back there, who was one of my patients, is I found that if I can increase uncoupling protein, increase mitochondria. What increases mitochondria? It's what we eat and the supplements we take. Like anything that if we have coffee, we did a study and we found that coffee with sugar and cream, actually the athletes perform better. And we saw an increase in mitochondrial function. And if we did it with tea, we found that if we put sugar and cream or milk, we found the same results. So it's that process of in the morning, have the orange juice, have your coffee with sugar and cream, and the same thing with tea. We need sugar to operate on glucose metabolism.
Is this for every person? I mean, obviously you're a lean, kind of more ectomorphic kind of body type. You're active. So for you, that makes sense. Would that make sense if you're overweight though, as well, and you're more insulin resistant? Would that be a good recommendation for them? Or should we allow some of these people to go off of gluconeogenesis to help convert maybe glucose in their body via protein, which is more time release? So how do you make that more specific?
Working with, going back to the 80s, 81, 82, I wanted to study on performance and recovery. That was my job at UCLA. That was what I was given a job. And I worked in caloric restriction diet. I worked on, mitochondria performance with the university. And what I found is that since we started consuming too much carbs, pastas and breads and flours and iron-rich foods, we have caused more obesity and diabetes and heart attacks. When the polyunsaturated oils came into play, all the seed oils, from canola to sunflower, sapola, cotton, all those, we had an increase in heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. So the two things we saw was when we started producing grains and pastas and breads and flours, this is a new part of our diet. It wasn't 1,000 years ago or 100,000 years ago. We were a gatherer and a hunter, and we ate from the roots and we ate fruits. So when we changed our diet, we saw a difference in disease stages increasing. And so people who are overweight, it has nothing to do with sugar. It's people are not getting enough calcium and vitamin D in their diet. They're consuming too much phosphorus. And there's a gene called Klotho, Klotho.
Yeah, Klotho.
And that gene regulates kidney function. Biologically, all our functions is controlled by that one gene, up regulating, calcium into our bone, osteoporosis, arthritis, heart disease, cancer. If we have too much phosphorus, we're removing calcium out from the bone, and we're generating as an inflammatory condition in the body. And that's why we have osteoporosis, arthritis, and cancer, and heart disease. But if we have more calcium in our diet from dairy products, from eggs, from cheeses, and predominantly those kind of foods, they're higher in amino acid utilization foods. We found that eggs and milk are the two highest in AAU, amino acid utilization, in our body. And by consuming those kind of foods, we found that people are healthier.